Oops. They needed, I started talking about my father. Anyway, I said the shape of this tree is like the one at Punahou. There's a gigantic, bigly, huge banyan tree, and it takes up almost a whole football field size field, although it's not a football field. And I used to climb in it when I was a kid to hide out from the teasing and, well, not just teasing, but threats and threats of physical violence, hostility, what do you call it, harassment of my schoolmates. They used to call me the contaminated girl, Abby Flabby, make jokes about my father, calling him names. Jew might have been in there. Different names and variations of that. Let's see, it's going to slip out of my hand. I like that crow sound. I don't think it's coming from here. There are some barky dogs, but they're actually guard dogs. They don't overly bark. All the dogs here look very disciplined. There was a dog doing his business in that yard, which is it's also very nicely kept and clean in Ladysmith. I haven't smelled any poop out there. I haven't walked yet here, but I'm gonna. And see how far we get. First, we'll start with the lawyer next door, who's a 3-minute walk, 100 meters. Who set that up? It's like Moses or Mossad or God or Mossad. I don't know, but thank you. And I'll ask them about their neighbor here, tell them the story if they want to listen, and ask for their business card and promise to get in touch if they just would call me. The taxi, and make sure that the taxi can have inside it a card reader and will accept in the United States credit card that is issued by Chase Manhattan Bank in New York City, because ABSA Bank looked at it and said, "What is that? I've never seen that before." I said, "It's a credit card." "Well, what kind of bank is that? I've never seen that before." It's an American bank called Chase Manhattan. "Oh, well, we don't do that here." I said, "I just want to get a cash advance. I have my passport in my hand, see." And then before I could tell her, I also applied for an ABSA account a month ago in the same town and gave them their forms filled out as best I could with the company address because it's a company card. She said, "No, cash outside in machine, go away," basically. And she said it nicer than that, but it was basically, "Get out of here, we're not going to help you, and we don't serve Americans, we don't want dollars, we don't want you. And if we wanted to give you an account, you would have one by now. And that's probably why I can't get the cash." And they refuse to give me MoneyGram. They refuse to give me Western Union. Carol tried like 4 times to send different amounts to me so I'd have some cash. And each time they refused. They said, "No, no, 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 no." One day they counted it out with the money counter, like $500 worth in a huge pile of rand. And they put it on there's a bill counter in there. If you go to a money exchange or any place that deals with cash, currencies, to exchange currencies, to wire it to yourself, to wire it to someone. There's a lot of them. They have they have them in gambling places too, in casinos. I've seen that, in poker places. Not that I do that. I've seen it in movies. I'm just showing you how the time has elapsed. There's another one, but I dropped the camera a couple times because my hand shakes and it's a little cold, but I'm waiting for the sun to go. That would be due east, so I'm trying to point it at me. Yeah, that's another reason I don't like touch screen smartphones, because with the Parkinson's tremor, if my hand shakes a little, I either drop it and break the crystal, the glass, or this one is better made. It's a Samsung A56 that I bought in Israel right before I left. I left Israel in February, 6 days before Iran started bombing the city I was living in, which is Haifa, where I was going to make a film about why it took me 50 years to come back to my childhood home. It has something to do with sexual predators. But, after the age of Epstein, what could I say that would impress anyone anymore? And what happened to me was like mashed potatoes compared to what these people are accused of doing, so I don't even want to go there. It's disgusting for me to even talk about Epstein or try to discuss the case anymore, and I followed it for years, and I'm not going there anymore in my head. Enough is enough. Yeah, so if it's cold, or my hand seizes up temporarily, or does that. It's Parkinson's. But I didn't have any hand tremor at all ever before I moved it back to Israel and started taking Pfizer vaccines. Can I prove it? No. I believe there's a causal connection. Can I prove proximate cause? No. That's why there's no lawsuit. I think there should be a class action, but, you know, brighter legal minds than my own have not succeeded in that endeavor yet. And all I can tell you is that Pfizer Pharmaceuticals stock is worth a lot. It's a good investment if you want to be a retail investor. I'm not a financial advisor, but sure, go buy the stock. It's going up. They got a lot of new drugs. They do test them on humans, but consenting humans. I mean, Bibi Netanyahu gave the collective consent of all the citizens of Israel to be human guinea pigs. And he said so many times, at least to the Israeli audience in Hebrew. And I don't think he denied it. If you ask him in English, that's what he did. He shook hands with the head of the Pfizer, who was like this German guy who was kind of shocked. What I heard Bibi say was, look, we've got this 9 million people, and on each person we have a file. And in the file is their entire medical history from the time they were born. And we could give all that information to you. Just give us the first vaccine so we won't die, and we can keep on doing what we're doing. And they do have full employment in Israel. Someone recently told me, I think it was Tommy, the taxi driver. He said, I just heard on the African news that the South African unemployment rate is like 1 in 3. What is up with that, 30%? And he said, oh yeah, there's a new report that just came out. It's up to 30-something%. And I'm like, 1 in 3 people is idle, they don't have work and they want to work. I see all these young, strapping, athletic-looking, hungry, skinny young men, and they want to work, and there's no jobs. What's going on with that? I could create jobs for 1,000 of them if I stay here 6 months. Me and Google will find jobs for thousands of people if I can do some of the things I want to do that Google said were good ideas after I asked. And right now I'm studying a Coursera course called Supply Chain Economics. I don't know if they remember that I paid for it, but I did. And I did 20% of it in the first 2 days, and then I just got sick and physically sick, not bored. So it was a really good course. I'm interested in continuing with that. I started following when this Hormuz thing blew up, which I knew it would. I mean, I don't buy futures, and I don't speculate, I don't gamble, I don't go to casinos, I don't drink alcohol anymore at all. Well, 1 glass at dinner if I eat dinner. And if I don't eat dinner, and if I'm fasting, then no empty stomach alcohol, not anymore. I'm surprised I still have a liver after what I did to it 20 years ago, but I haven't done any hard liquor for 20 years. For what it's worth. So I'm a recovering alcoholic, because if I go there again, it's very tempting to just, forget about it. Just have a drink, have another drink. Just what Wayne said. You fall into a dark hole. There's a piece of art I wanted to take a picture of. I think you could do something with this and make like those photographs that they put on puzzles with 1,000 pieces that you get. Seen sometimes in movies. Or somebody got it on a table. That scene's African Morning in Ladysmith is a beautiful sight. It's just so serene. I wish it would stay like this for most of the day. It's not crowded at all. It's like, see how much space you look at this house. That's his front yard, this dude. How much does that cost? How much would that cost in California, in Long Beach, and anywhere near a city? Listen to the birds sing. Look at the sun. Breathe the air. It's really clean, and the sky is so blue. It's beautiful. There's a place to sit if it's raining. There's a place for the dogs to run around. You can have more than one dog. Your neighbors over there well behaved. Plenty of space between the two of you. They're real houses with real roofs, foundations, sturdy stone. They're tidy. They're clean, and there's space for people to breathe. They're not on top of each other like they are in California. And there's like a real forest over there. Look at that. This area is called KwaZulu Natal. And there's one of the dogs. that barks if people get too close, which is what he's supposed to do. And the other dog is over there wagging his tail. There might be three of them. But they're not bothering me. I want to go play with them. I was wondering who they belong to. Now I know they belong to whoever was the next door neighbor over there. So I'm going farther. I'm going over on the other side of the trees. That's where I'm going probably. I'm going to find out. It's just like, I'll show you where I'm going. First of all, I'm going to bend over and get my vape. This is so funny, ironically. It's called Nasty Vape, and it says Oregon on it. And I am a former Oregonian. Last time I saw my son, we were in a town called Aloha. It's also funny because I also lived in Hawaii. They got all these little weird twists and turns. I bought this vape at the airport in Johannesburg. O.R. Tambo, where I last saw Mr. Uganda. Mr. Uganda, who says his name is Emmanuel, but then he disappeared. Oh yeah, okay, I wanted to show you the art here before I forget. So I just watched Alice in Wonderland on YouTube, a very nice production of it. Is that a spider? Or is that a wormhole? And who did it? Because I like it. I really do like it. There's a lot of subtlety in that. So Joe, you wanted artists up and coming? Here's one for you, an African artist. It has depth, it's 3D, and if you look at it, stand in different positions, you know. I didn't take anything, I'm out, I need a prescription, I ran out. I haven't filled any cannabis, I have had no high THC, anything to smoke. Not that they want me to smoke here, but I could outside, it's legal. But I think very low doses of THC. I don't know what you get for rec. I'm going to find out. There's a canna joint right next to the lawyer. That's where I'm going with, as long as my legs don't shake. Google told me all this shit. I didn't know you could do all this. Google told me everything. It's like my new therapist, my new lawyer. Well, not to a point. I don't know Zulu, and I'm not going to go to court and argue. Someone has to do that. I'm not going to go to court. If I do, I'll shut up and sit next to him. I'm not going to talk to a Zulu judge, and who knows what they're saying and behind the scenes. And I don't trust the translators. Let him handle it. I'm not going to fill out the forms and get them wrong and you know, end up with paying fines or some shit. Okay, so this is a nice big desk, and it's built in. However, you can't, I already showed you in the last video, you cannot open that drawer. And if you're very tired and you come back here to check your email, you know, it's kind of inconvenient because whoever built it like this is an idiot. Well, they didn't measure. They could have made another centimeter off that door, and they can still fix it that way. And I think the internet, is it on now? Looks like it finally went back. It was off from 4:30 in the morning until whatever time it is now. And I did check it. It says connected and secured. Okay, it didn't say that last time I sat down here. So I think, what time is it? I couldn't get any news or any music. But I was staying calm because I had enough faith in God and everything, in my higher self, to know that it wasn't me. My systems are 100% all go ever since I met Gemini and teamed up with it. So what was I going to show you? Okay, what time is it? Okay, it's 8:20. I went out there not that long ago, but it's been off since 4:30, so it took them 4 hours to fix. And I didn't say anything. I didn't complain at all about it, not one bit. Because I know I can leave today if I want to. I probably will. I'm not going to hurry, you know. I'm not going to worry. If I have to walk over there, I'm not going to crawl, but it's like 3 blocks.
For centuries, Buddhist
Yeah,
teachers
so I like
and
that
Zen
one.
masters have pointed to something most of us miss.
What I'm going to do after to stop shaking is I'll take another 50 milligrams of Cinnamate. That is the last of what I need to refill, but I need to go see a doctor and get an African license to complement and replace the Israeli one that I came with. I don't have any more, and that's the only thing that stops the tremor. Plus, I need to bake my canna bananas, and I could use extra virgin olive oil. I could use a butter, any butter. I haven't seen any real butter yet. I'm gonna go to Pick and Pay and find it today since I have. Says Farrell the boss, $600 on my new credit card with my name on it, which I know will work there because that's what we did with Tommy on, I think it was the 11th of May, which was the last time I went shopping for food. I haven't managed to get any food since then. And all the groceries we bought, which is like when? This is the 18th, a week ago. That's what's left. That's all I've had to eat for the last 2 days. And I did eat the beans. Oh, I'm